On today's episode, we're picking something up. We're up north at girlfriend's family's property, and today we're going to be picking up my girlfriend's truck. Yep, it's not mine, it's my girlfriend's, but it's an old fire truck, 1930 International. I believe it's an A5. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know much about it. Front tire's got air. It's an old fire truck, like an actual fire truck. The only thing is, someone before these guys bought it and they cut the back out for to be a grain truck. If I can find any pictures, I want to put this back to how it's supposed to be. But yeah, I'm just gonna see if tires will take some air with the jump box. Inner dual's flat, but it's an old International. Pop the hood here. It's got a straight 6. That doesn't actually look bad in here. So yeah, we're gonna bring this home and try to get it running. Do a couple of different things to it. I gotta make a floorboard because I don't think there's a floorboard for it, and I guess there's no rear window either. The top's starting to come off, so I'm a little worried hauling it that way. I might have to load it backwards. Well, if I load it backwards, there's no back window since, oh, here's a floor right here. But if I load it backwards, I got all the wind, it'll probably blow the windshield out. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the roof yet. Maybe a couple bungee cords. So let's get this thing loaded. There's plates on it, so we're gonna drive it to work one day. Not sure if this is where the original tank is supposed to be. Doesn't really look like it, being there's tin screws holding the tank on. But we got a couple flat tires over here. Must be just one front tire on the back, and then the rest of them are, yep, the rest of them are these more aggressive tread. But anyway, let me get the tires aired up. This chain's gonna hit me right in the nuts if I'm standing in front of it. Just a tiny bit the other way. You know where the brake pedal is?
That's brake.
Uh-oh. Oh, great.
Okay.
No, I pinched the wire harness, so now I gotta buy a new controller for work. But it works still. Alright, put it in gear. Put the shifter forward towards me. I gotta redo this winch. Alright, got the truck loaded, still need to tie it down. Make sure I don't forget this here. Both these tires hold air. The one inner dually over there is missing a valve stem. The front one's already had air in it. When I was winching it up, that's girlfriend's dad's trailer, but that winch is from work, and I pinched. It's got like a controller with a wire on it. I pinched that wire in there, so now I gotta buy a new controller for them. If it was mine, I'd just wrap it up in electrical tape and call it good, but that's works and let me borrow it, so I gotta buy a new handle deal controller for it. But well, better look at the fire truck. I think we're straight piped. Yep. We got no. Oh, that's what I was worried about, the battery. There's no battery in it, so I don't know what the voltage is. Just a little look underneath. This thing has less oil leaking than the trucks I drive every day. So that's nice. The brakes work. I tried them. Ramp should be able to fold up. Gotta grab my cooler and set back there. So yeah, the fire truck's all loaded up. Well, still need to chain it down, but I'll do this and bring it on home. Well, we got the fire truck in the garage. I was gonna buy a 6-volt battery for this. I stopped at O'Reilly's. There's about 13 cops there, so I got a little worried hauling this on my dually, but I double checked. There wasn't a resistor in here to make it a 12 volt system, and it looks like someone's got a resistor where it's supposed to go. Not sure if that's gonna work for 12 volt. Looks like a 12 volt coil because they're a little bit taller, I think. So we're just gonna put a 12 volt jump box in here and see what happens. I'm pretty sure it moves. Yep, you've seen the motor move for a second. Yep, that moves. There's no, I wonder where the air filter, I think this is just a heat exchanger. Not sure where I left off. Neighbor came over, but, I had it spinning a little bit. I'm a little worried about this being loose. I don't want to take out the radiator, but I don't remember where I left off. Not sure where the air goes. I'm pretty sure this is just a heat exchanger deal, so that wouldn't go there, I wouldn't think. I don't know where the air filter would go, but I don't want to run it down the road without an air filter. I mean, it won't really hurt nothing on this, but so I think it's 12 volts, so we're just going to throw a jump box in here. Just move some stuff around. So it's got the floor, so I don't need to cut that out. I'd like to put the gas tank back where it's supposed to be. It's under the seat, not sure why it's there, but I want to say this would be a positive ground, but being it's got that resistor, it might be negative ground. Let's find out. Alright, jump box is hooked up. I got it hooked up as a negative ground system. Let's see what explodes. So far, nothing. Alright. How do you turn the lights on? I just want to see if we got power. So I know this is a start. Yep, that's a starter. Cranks over good. There's some buttons and switches over there. So it says 52,000 miles. I'm not sure how to start one of these things. Let's turn the key. Or the key's already turned. How am I going to test for spark? I don't know. One way to test for spark. I don't like using starting fluid, but it's a good way to test for spark, don't you think? Let's see what happens. Pull the choke. Nope. Let's see where oh, that might be the ignition wire. That is the ignition wire. Yep, that's the ignition wire, so let me strip that back and hook that up a little bit. That'd make more sense why it ain't starting. Alright, coil should be hot. Fired for a second. God. I'm gonna unhook the beeper in that thing. Let's try this again. I'm sure the points need to be cleaned, but it fired for a second. Let's see what happens. Let's see about the gas situation. No gas. Gotta go siphon some gas out of one of my cars. Well, kind of forgot. Couldn't adjust the timing on here. So I got it turned all the way one way. Not sure which way that is. Let's try this again. Let's I got gas in here. Turn the gas on. It's add a little bit more starting fluid. Let's back the timing off just a little and see what that does. Nope. Let's turn the timing all the way back that way. Well, it's running. Let me put you guys on the stand. So I think the problem we're gonna have here is trying to get the fuel pump to work, because I was told it has fuel pump issues, but you've seen it run for a second, so we're gonna prime it up a little more on starting fluid. I don't like using starting fluid, but I don't think it's been that long since it's last ran. I got gas in the tank, so let's see if we can get it to idle. Well, what fun is this? It's running. That ain't no fun. I don't know which way the timing's supposed to go. It moves. It's right here on the steering wheel. I kind of put it for the middle, in the middle for now. Oh, I gotta turn the fans on in here. I wonder if it charges. Nope. Nope, it'll die if I take that off. I mean, I guess I don't even see an alternator on here. I don't know how that works. I wonder how the lights turn on. Oh, we just had a mouse run out of this thing. Is that the lights? Nope. Wonder what one the light switch is. I don't know what that one does. I would think that's a light switch, but it's not doing anything. Huh. Alright, well, let me get the jump box set in the passenger seat and maybe take it around the yard or something. Oh, I know what we can do for headlights. We got two magnetic lights. Put that one there. I did this on my tractor before when I was working on it at night. And then, oh, I gotta check for antifreeze. Oh, I didn't even check the oil. What am I doing? How do you turn it off? The key don't work. I gotta check the oil on this thing. You guys should have reminded me. Never even checked the oil. I guess, is it gear driven? The generator is probably 6 volt, but it must be gear driven. Ooh, and that's good oil. And just wipe it off on our rag here. Oh yeah, it's good on oil. I gotta get antifreeze in it. Oh, my finger's stuck. I mean, this motor doesn't spin very fast, so I can probably let it idle. This must be the choke when you crank start it. I'm not sure where the crank is for this thing. I don't know if that's straight antifreeze or mixed. I don't want to put water in it because I'll forget. Nope, that's straight antifreeze. I think I got some in my dually, but I don't want to walk out there yet. There's like a tiny bit in here. Let me put antifreeze in here quick. All right, I got some antifreeze in it. It sounds like it's missing on a cylinder or two. Let's pull it outside and brakes work good. I don't know where to put the timing. But she's running. Runs pretty good too. So that's kind of it for tonight. It's kind of late. Well, here's the show. Maybe watch it next year, go through the parade. I'll kind of show you how this alternator works. So it's a generator, and it's just running off of a shaft. Not too sure if it even works. I shut the jump box off and it won't stay running, but the coil wires straight to the jump box, so I should have thought of that. So we're gonna pull it back into the garage, make it so I can pull the Imperial in anyway, and we'll see if we can figure out wiring. Not sure what else we're gonna do to it, but let me pull it in the garage. well, I took it down the road. I was trying to make it around the block, but it's got no power, and I'm pretty sure it's missing on a couple cylinders. So I'm gonna pull all the plugs out. I can't get a crescent wrench on them because they're kind of sunk down in there. This one looks okay, but and then I don't like using a wrench because I'm worried it's gonna break off, and I don't have a big enough socket. So I'm gonna try to take all the plugs out with this wrench. I should probably clean the points up. I've never done that on here yet. So yeah, and just take the plugs out and clean the points and see how it runs in. Well, I took all the plugs out, set them in order here, and the two back ones seem to be like the only ones that look like they're firing good. This middle one is really fouled up on oil. This one's fouled, but I mean, they all look like they would run except for this middle one, which I'll just take the blowtorch to that and clean it up. I'm not too worried about the spark plugs being the issue, so I'm gonna check the points. I probably should have done that to begin with. Oh, that looks fine. So I'm gonna take a file, clean up the points a little, and see if that helps it run. Not sure if you can read that, but that's a good belt there. I'm a little worried about this, but I don't know. It seems fine. We'll just go with it until it falls off. Well, obviously that isn't the factory fuel tank. It's under the seat. Not sure why they moved it. I don't think that one leaks. It doesn't look like it would leak. Maybe just because the fuel pump doesn't work, but that fuel tank is not hooked up with the fuel pump, so we're having fuel delivery problems. Unless I jack that back end way up, then it runs fine. So we're gonna see if this tank holds gas and see if the pump works. I don't want to waste a bunch of gas. I don't want to put water in the tank, but I do have a bunch of old diesel fuel, so we're gonna run some diesel fuel through the tank. It's not gonna be going through the motor. I'll put diesel fuel through the tank, see if the pump picks it up, and then flush it out a couple times, and then if it pumps fuel and whatnot, then we'll try to use this tank. I'm not sure why they are not using it, but it doesn't look too bad inside. There's some rust, not much. You can't really see, but alright, so I'm gonna dump some fuel in the tank. I have nowhere to really mount my light because everything's wood in here. Right there. So let me dump some diesel in here. So up on the fuel pump here, there is a sediment bowl. I'm gonna pull the bowl off. The worst that's gonna happen is I need a new gasket, which I got a new gasket here I bought for my tractor. So let's see if I can. Oh god, the manifold's hot. Let me set the camera down. Alright, got the little thing unloosened and flipped up. That came off pretty easy. It's full of junk. So we're gonna leave this off for now. Let's just see if the fuel pump will pump some diesel through it. Sometimes being the tank is empty, maybe how hard does it take the line off? I'll pull this line off quick and push some air through there and see if I get some air through there, and then fill it full of carburetor cleaner so it kind of has something to, I don't know, suction on. I don't know what the right word is, but I found the air filter, well, and the air tube, well, I don't know what kind of filter is supposed to be in here, but I don't see a filter. So I have no idea how this works. I'm assuming this is the air filter deal, because you got this thingy mabobber, but not sure how it works yet. So first maybe blow some air back through this. I don't know if it's a sock or what the deal is. Kind of wish I had a fuel gauge, but that's your fuel gauge. Lift your seat up, but let me blow some air through there. The compressor's got enough air. I wish I had a little bit shorter air chuck rather than this 10-foot long one I got. Yep. I got diesel coming out that end. Not very much, because I only put like a gallon of diesel in, but... Alright, let's see if we can blow anything this way. It sounds clear, so... Either the gas tank leaks or the fuel pump don't work, or... we just didn't use this fuel tank for some reason. Alright, now... got diesel in there. Got air to blow out the other end. Let's fire it up and see if the pump will start pumping. Oh, I kind of wanted to pour some... let's just fire it up and see what happens. Or, what do I got up here? Some carburetor cleaner. Not much left in there, but it's got the straw. See if I can reach back in here. I really can't get in there. Let's just fire it up and see what happens. Turn the key on here. Key is on. Should be out of gear still. So it still sounds like it's missing. I cleaned the plugs, I cleaned the points, but it still kind of sounds like it's missing. Oh, it probably needs a fuel bowl on the pump, I guess. Let me clean this out and then I'll throw this fuel bowl on. Well, I added this 1/2-inch hose to the outlet of the fuel pump. Still nothing. I can't even get air from the tank to blow through this, and if I blow through this, I can't get it to backfeed. But when I take this, there's this little cap right here. Once I take this cap off on the fuel pump side, it's pressurized. So we're gonna see what's all in here. I think that's supposed to be a spring. I think that's just like a filter. I can't get it out. Can't get that out. Let me grab a small flathead. Or even a pick. Yeah, just like a little filter screen, I believe. Maybe. It looks like it, but it looks like it's plugged solid. I can't even blow air through that. Let's just see if I take all that out, put this plug back in. Now let's see what will happen. Turn the key on, hit the starter. Now it's not pressurized. Earlier it was. She's pumping. I don't know for how long. So you probably remember that little piece I took out of there with the mangled up spring. Well, thinking about it, that's supposed to be in there, so it kind of has suction. I'm pretty sure this side is supposed to have one too, but it doesn't. So I put this spring back on this side with that little piece back in here. I took this all apart. The diaphragm looked fine, and obviously it's pumping. Pumping diesel fuel, so I got to put that fuel line back on here and get all the diesel out of the tank. But we're kind of flushing it out, so let me get that line on quick. Well, as of right now, I got 2 jump boxes in here, electric fuel pump. It's running off this tank. Kind of flushed it out. The original fuel pump, it's not pumping enough and it's leaking and it needs a rebuild kit. So I just set this electric fuel pump in here for now, and it's running off the jump box without overflowing the carburetor with no regulator. So I think that'll work. It's just if I keep it this way, like put a battery in here and put it on a switch or whatever, not sure how I'm going to keep it charged, because this is a 6-volt generator and it seems to be gear driven off this front setup. So not entirely sure how I'm going to do that yet. But another issue I'm having is took it around the block. I can only get it up to like 10 miles an hour in second gear, and it's struggling. And from what I can tell, I pulled the plugs again, and it's only running on the back 2 plugs. Well, I pulled out the plug wires off. I sat inside and spun it over. Only the 2 back plug wires are getting spark, I think. I'm not seeing anything on this plug wire, that one, or that one, or that one. Just them back 2, and them are the only 2 plugs that look like they run. The other ones look like they haven't even ran, so maybe it's just running on 2 cylinders. I have no idea. So I'm gonna mess with it a little bit more and let you guys know. If you heard that, it just sounds like it's missing on a couple cylinders, but I think it's only running on like 4 cylinders out of the 6. But I pulled all the plugs out. I cleaned all the plugs. I don't know. I switched around plugs. Not sure if it's plug wire issue, spark plugs, or what. But every time I take them out, they're always they don't even look like they're running. They're just wet. But anyway, you'll see this on more videos, obviously. But if you enjoyed the video, stay tuned for some more, because eventually I got a box in the back to make it into a water tank again. Do something about fuel pump stuff. I'd like to get this fuel pump rebuilt, because I can't use an electric fuel pump. I just got it in here for now. But if you enjoy the video, hit like, I don't know, subscribe, whatever. But there'll be more videos of this eventually. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.